what's up, good people? It's your girl Yvette. Create. I'm back like I never left, but I'm back with bad news. Forgive my absence. Exams, nini, like there've just been a lot on my plate, but I'm back, guys. There've been abductions in the country, and this is what is making headlines for the past like a week. This is what has been making headlines because who even abducts people on Christmas or on the eve of Christmas? People are abducted, and these abductions did just begin now. These abductions began in June 2024. Remember the finance bill protests that I made videos about? Yeah. So from that time, people have been abducted, and since then, 82 people have been abducted, and 29 people are still missing out of the 82 that were abducted. That is some very disturbing statistics, because where are they? Who took them, and where did they take them to? And how are they? Are they okay? Are they alive? Or there's just a lot of questions around that. In December alone, 7 people were abducted, and these are the names. Steve Mbisi was abducted on 17th in Machakos. Billy Mwangi was abducted on 21st in Embu. Peter Muteti was abducted on 21st in Udhiru. Bernard Kavuli was abducted on 22nd in Ngong. Naomi, which turned out to be a pseudo account, there was just some controversy around the name, but the person was abducted on 24th. Gideon Kibet, which is a major name in this list, Kibet Bull, was abducted on 25th December, and then Ronnie Kiplangat was also abducted on 25th December. All this information is on the website here, Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. That's where I'm getting the information from. So these people were abducted, and the reason why these people were abducted is because there have been after the protests, people tended to go back to their cocoons, like to sit at home, because people were being killed and people were just afraid. So people took the protests online, and people have been making images criticizing the government, criticizing the president, criticizing almost every major figure in Ruto's regime. And it seems that there's somebody who's not happy with this, and so he said that, you know what, whoever is making the images are made in form of cartoons. The cartoons would have pictures and videos. I'll try to find one and pin it here. So there was a picture, and apparently there's been a picture, an AI generated picture of the president in a coffin, and apart from that, there's just been many images portraying corruption, portraying the abductions, portraying each and everything that is going on in the country. And it seems, like I said, somebody is not happy with this, and they thought that, you know what, for us to counter this, the only way to counter the uproar that is on social media will abduct these people. And being in a country that is led by the constitution, being in a country that has rule of law and laws that guide people need to abide by the constitution. So what does the constitution say? Because they're being abducted, not presented in court. And according to our constitution, the Constitution of Kenya 2010, you have a right as a person, whether they are wrong or not, they have the right to be arrested in a how do I say it? Not abducted. They should be arrested in a straight way. Like, yeah, they have been arrested. This is the time this is the time and date that they'll be presented in court, and their case is heard, and a judge will decide if they're to be detained or not. So if there's a case or not. So the Constitution of Kenya 2010, Article 29 says that somebody has a right not to be deprived of freedom without just cause, not to be detained without trial or subjected to any form of violence, not to be subjected to torture, and not to be treated in a cruel, inhuman, or degrading manner. You have to present somebody in court. You don't just arrest them. And also there are articles in the Constitution where there is freedom of expression and speech. And I don't know if you read the Constitution, I'll try and pin it here, because I think I had a snippet of it. If you read it, it says that there are limits to it, and I don't know what amounts to treason, because these people are apparently being taken for treason, and those are just rumors because they've not been presented in any court for the offenses. And you'd wonder, what is the Kenya police saying about this? Because that is almost under the docket, because security is under the docket of the police. And Kenyan police issued a statement and said, no, we aren't part of the abductors. We are not the ones abducting people. And it makes people wonder. Everybody is wondering, because the abductors seem to be having tools that only the police can access. I don't have a handcuff, apart from those who do all this kinky stuff in the bedroom and whatever. It's not normal for citizens to just be having handcuffs and be walking around with masks and picking people in cars and bundling them and driving them away. So this can't be a militia group. It has to be a secret police unit. And what people said about it, people on social media are definitely angry about it. The president himself gave a statement which seemed to be controversial and contradicting, because he was saying that I hope I get that video and put it here for you guys.
Nataka niulize wazazi, kila mzazi tafadhali, hawa watoto ni baraka kwetu, tumepatiwa na Mwenyezi Mungu. Kila mzazi achunge watoto wake, tuweke kushughulikia watoto wetu. Sisi kama serikali tutafanya sehemu yetu, na yale yamesemekana mambo ya abduction tutakomesha, ndio vijana wa Kenya waweze kuishi kwa amani, na vile vile wawe na nidhamu na wawe wangwana, tuweze kujenga Kenya tukiwa pamoja. Tumekubaliana?
The translation of this is, you should teach your children to have respect so that the abductions will stop. Is it a confirmation that is actually the one calling the shots? You know, this will not be the first time, because in history, and history always repeats itself, there is a man called Francois Duvalier, who was the president of Haiti in 1957. And in 1958, there was a coup against him. And then he decided, because he was afraid of the army, thinking that the army was a threat to his regime, so he decided that he'll form a secret police unit that will counter the army. They were in charge of abductions, of killings, of rape, of all bad things you can think about. So he formed a group called Tonton Makut in Haiti, which performed all these dirty deals for him. So the president of Kenya said that children should, in fact, he said children, like parents should teach their children. So he's not viewing these people as citizens of Kenya, like he's still viewing them as children. So he said that parents should teach their children to respect like they should be taught how to utter words, or what to say. They should not just be posting things online. So as I said, there was a major name that I mentioned before. There's this one called Yvette Bull. So he's been one of the major figures making the cartoons on his social media platform, particularly X. And he was abducted right before he had a major event for his life, something life-changing for himself, something life-changing for his family. He was to travel for an exchange program with his, what do they call them? I want to say colleagues, with his schoolmates. Yeah, he's studying at Egerton University. Do you know this guy missed the opportunity because he was missing by the time he was supposed to be traveling, because they had bundled him in a Subaru and gone with him. So somebody is losing a lifetime opportunity because of what exactly? If he committed a mistake, why not arraign him in court? Why not do things the right way? We are a country led by the Constitution. And if this is the trend that is going to go on, because people are tired and people are, from what I've seen online, people are not happy with whatever is going on, it will get to a point that people will resort to self-defense, and that doesn't really look good. It looks like a lawless country, and there's never been a country that is lawless that succeeded. A country has to be guided by laws, and a country has to work with the laws. But they say what the police say. The police say that they're not the ones abducting the people, and they gave their statement. So there are many people who've come to condemn this. The LSK president came to condemn the act. Raila came. Bobby Wine of Uganda also came to condemn the act that is happening in Kenya. So I hope you enjoyed my video to this point. I'll try and gather more information on the abduction. Apparently, before I wind up, the planned protests again, and now the trigger is the abductions, because it's just too much, and those who are affected are young people, because as at now in Kenya, the young people, the young generation X, Gen Z, did I say X? Generation Z, Gen Z is the one that has been standing firm against the government and majorly doing the work of the opposition, because opposition is like called with the government and they call it the government of national unity, but it's like opposition is in government, like there's no opposition, there's opposition but no opposition. So yeah, comment below, and I hope you enjoyed my video till this point. If there's any other information, I will post. Thank you for watching till this point. I love you. Adios.